there's not immediate conflict or chaos in a romantic situation, I'm either confused or extremely disinterested. Hey guys.
Hey. How y'all doing?
What's up? It's Noelle. All my regulars out there, I'm sorry and I missed you. You know, in true spooky spirit, I did metaphorically die, but look at me. Here I am, rising from the dead. Honestly, had to take a little break because I said so. If you're new here, welcome to my channel where you can expect, honestly, a lot of opinions and some giggles. Anyways, the other day I was reflecting on my, more so than I'd like to admit, chaotic love life, and aside from trauma, I realized I could associate my less than ideal characteristics when it comes to romantic situations to, you guessed it by the title, the internalization of romantic comedies. Yes, that is unfortunately correct. I do see myself as the main character of a romantic comedy. I do dream of myself sometimes as that girl, you know, who's ordering a tea from some obscure, cute little quaint coffee shop in some cute town when some tall, dark, and handsome stranger decides he wants to buy my coffee for me. And then we spark a conversation, sitting on the stools by the table near the window, obviously sharing some biscotti, when we happen across the information that he indeed was my childhood next door neighbor. And then we fall in love, obviously, and live happily ever after. I understand that is very unrealistic, and I'm not saying that's my dream. I'm also not saying that's not my dream. But when you think about what so many romantic comedies are, which is so messed up, with like the messaging and the unrealistic expectations of love, and also the situations and storylines too, it's just really bad. Especially since I was kind of absorbing these stories ever since I was a little girl, since I was small. Picture this, little Noelle, avid reader and TV watcher, a lot of the times reading and watching things that I absolutely should not have been. Anyways, stumbling upon a genre of book or TV show that would soon become the reason why I romanticize less than ideal romantic situations. I would watch these movies and read these books and literally eat it up, despite most of them not being true and realistic expectations of love. Just as we know, isn't a true or realistic expectation of what is. I literally started to internalize these things and believed that it wasn't love if it wasn't drama-filled and chaotic, filled with running and chasing and cheating and drama and crying and really unnecessary hard work. But that it would be all okay when the guy showed up to my doorstep with flowers and Dove chocolate, or even sometimes just a hey. And then everything would obviously be okay again because we were in love, right? Not to be dramatic, but we're basically indoctrinated. Have you ever stumbled across like an incredibly beautiful, talented, amazing, smart, put together woman who's with this just actual garbage can of a man and just been puzzled? It's because so many of us subconsciously believe that love has to involve struggle or drama. We have fully romanticized dysfunction. The best thing that I've ever heard a romantic comedy say in He's Just Not That Into You.
All of my friends used to tell me these stories about how things might work out with these dipsticks because they knew someone who dated a dipstick just like mine, and that girl ended up getting married and living happily ever after. But that's the exception, and we're not the exception, we're the rule.
And I was like, and not to say that my mind was blown, but it really made me think of all of the situations that in our romantic lives where we ignore red flags or just signs that a relationship isn't gonna work out because we just desperately want to believe that it will. We believe that we will be the ones to overcome and have the success story because we want to make sure that, well, I didn't put in all that hard work for nothing. And see, this is why I'm going back, because it is gonna work out someday. Obviously, this is wrapped in so many things like self-esteem issues, trauma, you know, our favorite two things on this channel. And each situation can vary from person to person, but it comes through this weird message that's pushed through a dominant pop culture that struggle love is the way to go. And struggle love has got to go.
Leave. Peace out.
Obviously, love is not always easy, but when it's just so difficult and there's a lack of accountability and a bunch of excuses being made for a person that's probably showing you who they are, no bueno. We don't do that over here anymore. It normalizes the idea that people can preposterously mess up in ways that are just completely inexcusable, but they just have to and then everything's better again. Let's touch on some popular movies very quickly. In The Notebook.
Well, will you go out with me?
What? No!
No?
No!
No.
Hey, pal, she just told you.
Why not?
I don't know, because I don't want to.
All right, well, you leave me no other choice then.
Oh my God!
I'm not kidding, no! Stop fooling around!
What are you doing? Oh, wait, grab the ball.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Will you? Or will you not go out with me? God damn, my hand's slipping.
You grabbed the bar, you idiot!
Not until she agrees.
Oh, go out with him, honey.
Okay, fine. I'll go out with you.
Well, don't do me any favors.
No, I want to.
You want it.
Yes!
You want it.
Say it.
I want to go out with you.
Say it again.
I want to go out with you.
All right, we'll go out.
If somebody did that in real life, like if any man ever to me was like, I'm gonna jump off of this building if you don't go out with me, and was standing on the ledge of a building about to jump, that's like emotionally abusive. Or in 27 Dresses, which unfortunately is one of my favorite movies, but just because James Marsden is just...
You're that girl.
Yeah, I'm Benny. He's the Jets.
Hey, it's the girl from the paper.
What paper? Oh, shit. Always, always, always a bridesmaid by Malcolm Doyle? What is this?
Jane,
Oh my God.
let me explain.
He literally uses her planner to stalk her and then writes a story about her without her permission, talking about how crazy she is. He was stalking her. And He's Just Not That Into You, there are some really good examples when the guy cheats on his wife with the younger woman. So typical. Anyways, when she finds out, she actually leaves him instead of like begging him to love her again and then her taking him back. So that was like a chef's kiss. But then...
Look, I just went out with your friend Bill, and he might be just exactly what I need. No drama. Calls, he does what he says. But you didn't. And that same wise person told me that I am the rule. That I have to stop thinking that every guy will change. That I have to stop thinking that... I'm the exception.
Step back, I think I'm gonna vomit!
a guy was treating a girl like crap, and then when she leaves, he was like, oh my god, I was being so mean to her because I loved her, and now I'm gonna go and find her to tell her it was because I loved you. Let's go out. Romantic comedies also overuse so many tropes, like when things get tough in a relationship, cheat. That's fine, just cheat. Don't have a conversation with your partner. Men running to younger women when their wife starts to show signs of visibly aging, or they start to show signs that they're visibly aging, or their life starts to show signs that they're aging. That women are cold and heartless, especially career women. The absolute worst thing that happens in romantic comedies is when there's like an already beautiful girl, but she's a nerd, literally just because she wears glasses and gets A's in school, who goes through this profound transformation to make the popular guy love her. And like literally the profound transformation is just her putting on a dress and heels or something sexy and makeup. Like she was already pretty before. I used to be the type of person that believed that there weren't like immediate sparks or crazy passion or lust and anger and fighting and all of that drama, which honestly, if we're being honest, is a sign for later dysfunction, that it wasn't a romantic situation worth betting on. Because literally in my head, I was like, here's the plot, like, what's the intrigue to this? This is so easy and simple. And then when I decided to be with those guys, they would do things that made me really unhappy. I found myself, 1, romanticizing the situation, 2, forgiving guys for the craziest things, like mild stalking, emotional abuse, because that's what I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe that my life could work out like a romantic comedy, and that if a guy was a jerk, that I could do something, or I could go through this transformation, or someday he would see the light and then finally treat me the way that I deserve to be treated. But most of the time, if a person is showing you who they are, that's who they are. People need to understand more, to not romanticize situations and just to see them for what they actually are. When you're more focused on the end rather than the process or the way getting there, you can be blinded by all of the things in the middle that are red flags and signs, because you're so determined to be in that end state of whatever it is, like happiness, love. You'll be so much more willing to ignore the crap because you just want to get there, and you think the more that you can ignore it, it'll make it that much easier for you to find love. I used to desperately believe in things like the one because I'm such a romantic, but I realized through all of these dating situations and stuff like that, it's just so limiting, and you'll sacrifice so much of yourself for the one because you're so attached to that idea that you won't just allow relationships to be relationships, and you won't allow yourself to learn because you're dating to marry, or you're dating to find your one true love and soulmate. Because you desperately want that ending, you'll stay with people that are bad because you just want it to work out. It's just so important to let relationships be experiences and not get so tied to the end, because you can think something about somebody and then you're with them for like 10 years and then that changes, you know? Like, we're constantly evolving, constantly changing, and we need to stop being so fixed and be more immutable. Not like my big 3 are all fixed signs, and this is why I have problems with this. Love should not be painful. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops for somebody. You shouldn't have to change yourself for anybody. Obviously, you are the main character in your life, but let's just make sure that the movie is a happy one, okay? And remember, you are the rule, not the exception. At least in love. I don't believe that for like pursuing your career goals and things like that, because that's you like taking a bet on yourself. But don't place bets when other people are involved, because like you can never guarantee what somebody else is gonna do, so that's just risky. Don't play yourself like that, okay? And that is the video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's so nice being back and talking to myself in my room alone. Anyways, if you have anything you want to talk to me about, please feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'll put it right over here. I read, see, and respond to all of my DMs that don't make me uncomfortable. But also feel free to just leave a comment down there, because I'm always looking at my comments and I love talking to you guys. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the post notifications so you can see when the next time I'm gonna post is gonna be. I'm working kind of on my next video, but I don't know if it's gonna be ready in time for next Wednesday because it's kind of a long process. You'll find out about it later. But anyways, yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I think it's gonna be really funny. Talk to you later. Bye.